G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor. G'day, so I'm in the little dog's yard at the moment. Thought we'd have a little chat about irrigation. As you know, I like to do as little work as possible. So I've set the yard up so she's pretty much self-irrigating, with a flick or two of a switch or three. But we'll start at the beginning. Now it's going to be hard for me to get a decent view of these folks, I apologise for that. Well, there's rainwater in tank number 1, so that's about 3,000 litres, and on top of that is the second rainwater tank, and that's another 3,000 litres. The top one, you're able to transfer the water from the top one and down into the bottom one, and you can probably, I don't know if I'll be able to show you underneath. What you're looking at there is underneath. You can see it runs into four different outlines, and we'll talk about what they do in a little while, eh? But four lines of irrigation. We are in the shed. You can see you can set this up to auto run and everything. I tend not to do that. I just tend to run one single station at a time. That way I know what I'm doing, and it allows me to get to each of the 4 runs. So let's have a look at what the 4 irrigation runs are. Standing right beside the aquaponics, you can see there's a normal garden hose there. That's in fact run number 1, folks. You've got to use non-chlorinated water for your fish, obviously. So the first run is the one I use to refill the aquaponics tank. Run number 1, aquaponics. The 2 is in fact the kumquats. In this garden. Well, it's probably more accurate to say run number 2 is out the front here in the alfresco area. So she starts there, does that little ornamental garden, and then does my kumquats. There's a little patch of garden on the other side of this low wall as well that it does too. So that's run number 2. Run number 3 is in fact the entire little dog's yard. So that's pretty much the veggie patch. I'll give you a little squiz. Normally, see if I can get somewhere sensible. Normally, I just use those risers with spray jets on them. But I've also got a number that are drippers. That's what that is in there. So we've done the vertical gardens. They're all done with drippers as well. You can see I put little solar lights in there. That lights all up out here at night, which is quite nice. So row 3 is the little dog's yard. Row 4 is the big girl's yard. And I've in fact added drippers as well. That's all spray up the top there. But down into all these planter boxes, we've got runs of drippers running in there as well. Terminates here at the Keffiyeh lime. See that grape's going off, isn't it? Look at that. Holy bloody hell, look at that. Anyway, that's row... What did I say row that was? That's row 4, of course. Now I'll show you the one row that's not done by tank water. Have a look at that. It's not, well, it's not anymore. It was originally part of the irrigation system, but I've separated it because it got too big. When I added all those drippers and stuff for the in the big girl's yard, I killed the water pressure too much. So what I did, you can see, typical, very tidy Andy job here, is I've terminated it there. So that's still part of the big girl's yard system, and I've added a new input there, so the building site really stands alone now, and I have to run that off town water. Now I do actually have, believe it or not, just let me show you, another tank. That's a little tank, comes off the garage, but it's got no pump, and I'd have to tool around and get power set up to it and all sorts of stuff, and I'm not real keen on bothering, quite frankly, for a little patch of garden that I can just water straight from the town system. But there you go, there's the ins and out of the irrigation system. Pretty much all it involves me doing, folks, is going out into that shed to the controller I showed you, pushing a few buttons, and we irrigate the whole yard. Not bad, eh? Say goodbye after another not so exciting adventure at McDowell Manor. Remember I said there was a front patch of garden, that's it there. Mostly it's ornamental, but after that trip to France, Rosie's decided, gee, look at it all wilting in the heat, it's so bloody hot. She'll put some eggplants in with some ornamentals and stuff, much more practical, quite like it. Obviously suffering in the heat, but that's part of run 2, which is the kumquats in the alfresco area. Alright folks, well, hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you again soon, eh? Bye.